Hi, welcome back, Backstage Chatter fans. It's me, your host, Jackie Hardy. In this segment, we're delighted to be speaking with Dallas's own and Booker T. Washington graduate, Layla Brent. She speaks with us about her upcoming role in Disney The Lion King, which hits the stage in our fair city starting June 4th through July 3rd at Music Hall at Fair Park. Sit back and enjoy this interview. Oh, and don't forget to like, share, or subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Well, welcome, Miss Layla Brent. We so appreciate Backstage Chatter, you being a part of this segment. And I will tell you, I'm especially feel like it's a treat because you are native of our fair city, Dallas, Fort Worth. Yeah, I know. It's awesome. We love it when we get to speak with talented actresses like yourself, and especially when they're from our fair city. Because, hey, Dallas produced some talent, let me tell you. That's right. Come on.
Yes.
That's right. And I would love if you would just to kind of introduce yourself with respect to your beginnings from, here in the Dallas area to the stage, right? And just everything
Mhm.
in between. Because I know you're also a graduate of Booker T. Washington. So, yeah, would love to just
Yes,
hear you talk about that.
of course. Well, first, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to get to represent Dallas for The Lion King. Yes, born and raised in Dallas, Texas. Yes, graduate of Booker T. Washington, class of 2016, Fly High, Pegasi, always.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Yes. You're gonna get some comments on that one for sure.
I know.
That's right.
Yes, like Booker T, that's still always going to be home. But yes, I grew up with a bunch of local studios ranging from Ozoi School of Ballet to spending a couple of years at Dallas Black Dance Theater. I'm still uh my family at least is still heavily affiliated with a company that we've been with for over a decade now, Beckles Dancing Company. So I mean, there's been so many. I mean, I know I'm missing some Ballet Dallas, like contemporary Ballet Dallas. There's so many that have been so gracious to, welcome me, my family, provide training, support, rehearsal space.
Right.
Oh, everything.
Sure. Yeah, to get your foundation, sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I
Yes.
I know when I was looking at your resume, you performed with the Oklahoma City Ballet, which yeah,
Hmm.
that's amazing. I'm from Oklahoma, so yeah, I was like,
Yes.
I love that. And to see us on the stage in that
Yes.
particular medium, that is, I tell you, so encouraging and inspiring, I know. Yeah, yeah. So no,
Mhm.
thank you for sharing that. And I know, as you brought up, you are part of the Lion King, Disney's Lion King, that's hitting the stage, Music Hall at Fair Park. It's part of the Broadway Dallas, yeah, series next week. And so I would love for you to kind of, if you wouldn't mind, before we get into your role, share when you
Mhm.
first saw the Lion King and the impact that it had on you, because everyone, we all can kind of remember that moment when we saw,
Mhm.
right, this masterpiece,
Yes.
whether it was film or on the stage. When did you see
Yes.
it and kind of what impact did it have?
So I actually didn't get to see the show until I had booked the show.
Okay.
And when I say that, I want to be clear, I did not know how big of a magical, wonderful spectacle
Right?
this show was.
Mhm.
So I went to see it my very first day with the company, and I just remember sitting in my seat just in awe. I hadn't seen many Broadway shows at that point, but definitely I think Lion King is always going to be, I mean, I always just use the word magical
Absolutely.
because you really are transported into the world with this story that we all pretty much have grown up with, or at least have known for years, decades now,
And the
It's
audience is a
beautiful.
part of the journey, right? That's what makes it
Hmm.
so special. Yeah. Just from the
Yeah.
first number, yeah,
Yes.
without giving away
I'm
too much.
No, I mean, when it's not an exaggeration to say, like the whole theater, you are surrounded by
Yeah.
just all of the beauty that is The Lion King from, yes, the very first number.
That's right.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Now, had you seen you said that was the first time you'd ever seen it live was,
Live.
okay. Wow. Wow. Was that
Yeah.
intimidating a little bit knowing you were about to be a part?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a big production. It's the
Right.
biggest production I've seen, the biggest production I've been a part of,
Sure.
and everyone is just so, so beautiful at
Right.
what they do. So it's, yeah, definitely intimidating.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you certainly have earned your right to be there as well because you
Thank
have
you.
the ensemble role, correct? Yeah. And
Yes.
please share kind of what all that entails because I know that's a lot of vocal and physicality. Yeah, that energy that you're
Mhm.
having to bring. Yeah. So can you kind of talk a little
Yes.
bit about that?
Yes. So this is a very ensemble heavy show. Not every show has the ensemble in almost every single number, but in this one, we are constantly moving through the story. All something like 2.5-ish hours of it. Like we're in it, just whether we are plans, creating a scene, or if we're full on dancing in one of the big movement numbers. I mean, we're everywhere. And of course, backstage, there's so many of us. So it is such a fun, um, sort of chaotic, but like in the best kind of
Sure,
way,
sure.
environment.
Right.
And then seeing it all come together on stage in between those moments of that backstage chaos, it's so
Right.
beautiful.
I'm sure. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
you said it best. It's magical. Right.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah, to see just from what's going on behind the scenes and then what you guys manifest on the stage. Yeah, and just what all that
Mhm.
requires. Yeah, to put on the show. And how do you kind of recover, as you're doing all of this, right? Because that's very
Mhm.
demanding. Yeah, mentally.
Yeah.
Emotionally, yeah. Yeah. Are there any things that you specifically do to kind of make sure you stay ready?
Yeah. So, I mean, the first thing that we pretty much always do, as soon as we're back in the dressing room, I mean, I guess for lack of a better word, we kind of will, debrief and unwind, listen to music, like joke around a little bit, just kind of come down from everything we just did,
Yes.
which is always such a nice, like, little bonding moment as we're, somewhat rushing to just get
Yeah.
home and back, like, or a hotel and jump in bed.
Right.
Yes, but personally, I actually I kind of like to live at the theater. So I like to take my time after the show. If there is a shower, which there's pretty much always a nice shower in the dressing room, it's like I'll shower, do my skincare, maybe put on one of my nighttime shows, just, kind of just get ready for bed at the theater so that when I do get back to
Yes.
wherever I'm staying,
Right.
I
You
can just
can
eat
crash.
and knock out,
That's
crash
right. That's
hard.
right. Yeah, because you're probably overstimulated, so you can't just turn it off and on like that. I get that.
No. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a build up and it's a come down
That's
and yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And speaking of kind of the behind the scenes, listen, just the diversity of talent to put on a show of this magnitude. I know like with respect to the masterful vision of Julie Taymor to I was
Mhm.
reading is it Garth Fagan who's that
Mhm.
right, he's the genius choreographer. And I even also read like he's like the Broadway's longest running African American choreographer, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just like, is it not for you kind of like a master class experience night after night? Yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, it's live theater.
Okay.
Every show is different. I mean, even we never know exactly what we're walking into. We help make the magic, but yeah, every night is different. And I think that's part of the beauty of it is that every show has, a little extra magic or a little extra fun, and even on the days where it's hard, that's when we lean on each other, because we all bring that energy of we're here because we love performing, we love this show,
Mhm.
and we love how much joy it's brought to people over
Oh my God.
what's
Decade.
almost 30 years now.
That's right. Yeah. Since
Yeah.
the 90s.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then I'm sure just I'm sure just as far as knowledge you get to absorb, being
Hmm.
around some of, yeah,
Yeah.
this array of talent. Absolutely. It's gotta
Hmm.
be, yeah, it's definitely gotta be pretty cool. And it has this musical has been a staple, a stage darling. I read too, like
Hmm.
it is the highest still, I think, grossing musical
Yeah.
of all time. Like that's
Yes.
impressive when you think about all of the musicals that have graced, the Broadway stage and all the stages in between. Yeah, and I would
Hmm.
love to get your take, Layla, why do you think that it still holds that magic? What do you think keeps bringing audience goers back? Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think the biggest thing is that, this is very much a coming of age story, and that is something that every human can relate to. We all have that experience, sometimes more than once in life. And I think it's such a good like family show. It's good for all the ages, the kids, they love seeing, the puppets and the colors and the lights, the adults, the writing, the scripts. They're
Yes.
funny.
Right.
We always love those like Disney Pixar films, the writing, like there are plenty of jokes that the adults are just kind of like, yes,
Exactly.
yes.
That's
So
right.
it's just fun. It's fun for the whole family. And yeah, I don't think I've heard of a single person that didn't walk away,
Sure.
feeling something positive that, really just touched them
That's
after
right.
seeing the
So
show.
relatable. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And in times like
Hmm.
this, you want that little bit of escape, just that little bit of
Yes.
reprieve from, yeah, from sometimes the everyday stresses of life. So yeah, I love that.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I know because we are a minority owned and operated media organization. And so I always
Mhm.
like to ask this question for you personally, as African American, how powerful has it been for you to be a part of this, production that really celebrates to some degree, respectfully, the South African, culture, but our native, right, land? How does that feel to be a part of that? Because you talk about the costumes, the dances,
Mhm.
the music. Yeah, is that, do you kind of pinch yourself, and I'm sure you certainly love just seeing that celebration of our uniqueness on display. Yeah, can you kind of share?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So honestly, I'd say, the cultural aspects that this show highlights so beautifully with, such strong, yes, South African, especially roots. I mean, I'd say the first thing that stood out to me is this is not my first professional tour, but this is my first professional tour where I walked in the room and I mean, to quote Issa Rae, we support everything Black.
Right.
And just to walk in and be surrounded by so many people that look like me was,
Mm,
I
yeah.
mean,
It's sacred
it
almost.
was it really did. It
I
felt,
love that.
there was a sense of like this sense of homecoming, definitely. And then as I've been there, this is I just finished my third year going into my fourth year with this company. And I feel like I've learned so, so, so much from, understanding more about uh, certain types of music, styles of dance, fashion, language, like the
Right.
things that I've learned from my South African cast members, especially when it comes to language,
Because
just
I
feel
heard
like
it's
such a
like
blessing.
five, right, languages, I think I read somewhere like that.
Yes, it's like five, maybe six, something. Yeah,
Okay.
there's so
Wow.
many.
Yes,
Yes.
man. No, that has got to be so absolutely. I tell you that you have those markers in your life, that just sticks
Mhm.
with you. And I'm sure, yeah, being a part of this
Mhm.
production will be that for you. Is there any favorite number that you get really stoked about? Because the sound, I mean, the score is amazing.
Mhm.
It's
It is. It's beautiful.
it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, is there any
Um, it's always it's a little hard to choose. I feel like it kind of depends on the day, but I'd
day?
say most consistently that is my favorite is the second number in the show. It's called Grasslands, and that's partially because it's my favorite costume. The costume, stunning. I
Yeah.
mean, I think as you know, especially as women, like the idea of a corset, double-edged sword.
Exactly.
Major double-edged sword. But when it's a corset with a skirt that's as beautiful, the headpiece is beautiful, and the music, it's I don't like to use the word therapeutic
Right.
personally, but in the sense it kind of is because we're on stage just
Wow.
swaying. You could almost pray to it, meditate to it. It's so
Wow.
beautiful.
Wow, listen, I'm getting goosebumps. That is phenomenal. Yeah,
Mhm.
I cannot wait. And I was reading because there was some neat fun facts that I was able to kind of read about, and I think they said it was like 37,000 hours it took to make like all the puppets, the mask, the costume. Like I was just like
Yeah.
blown away by that, and that in and of itself
Mhm.
it's worthy of, taking center stage, right? Just
Yes.
right. And I was just going to ask you just as a fun question, is there any particular character that you relate to with respect to, the Lion King, hopefully not
Mhm.
Scar. But
No.
that's right.
Well, I
Right.
mean, maybe the sass. Like I love Scar's sass. I can relate
That's
to that just
true.
a little
Just a little. We got
bit.
to have a little bit of that, right?
A
That's
little
right.
bit,
The
yeah.
balance. Yeah, but
Yes.
is there anyone that's your favorite or that you just kind of connect to? And if so, why? Yeah.
Yes. 100% Sarabi is
Okay.
personally my favorite. I mean, I it might just be because of just how highly I regard my own mother.
I love.
But Sarabi is, I mean, she's
Mhm.
literally a queen. She
Yeah.
is a loving, fierce, protective mother. And I think just the overall presence, and I've seen a couple of different Sarabis, but the one thing that I always love is just how you can see like the regality. It just
Mm.
consumes them. Like whoever the person is that's playing it, they go away. They go away, and Sarabi is there.
I
And
love.
there is absolutely nothing that you could ever think to even say to go against her because she is just that powerful.
Wow. I
Yeah.
love that. Man,
Hmm.
incredible. Yeah, that
Hmm.
I can't imagine just yeah, just the power that exudes from the stage. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, that's so sweet for you to share that. And when you touched on the mother as a mom, oh man, I almost started tearing up. Yeah, listen, I know your mom is one proud. I just can see, I can already 1000% know that. And she's going to be in that stage cheering her baby on. And I will
Yes.
too. I cannot wait to see you.
Yeah.
And just my last question, because I know you're busy. It has so many universal themes. If you would just end this interview with why you think that someone, will love being there, what universal theme that they will be able to certainly take from Disney's The Lion King, because there's so many. Yeah.
Um, Truly, I mean, I guess just speaking from my own perspective, from when I saw the show the
Okay.
first time, I mean, once I was able to kind of catch my breath, come back to the real world after being transported into,
Yeah.
land of that Disney magic that we all know and love. Um, I would just say that I walked away from it feeling one, so much pride,
Wow.
seeing, so many people that share, yes, the same passion as I do, so many people that look like me, so many things about, my culture and background just being up on a pedestal, like one of the world, like number one musical in the world, absolutely. Um, I felt such a sense, I was so proud. I was so, so, so proud. And now getting to be a part of it, getting to share that story. I mean, I hope that everyone walks away with that same sense of pride that I had when I left the show. It's such a beautiful feeling.
Yeah, no, I love that. I genuinely do because yeah, I agree that it is definitely what is beautiful about humanity that we see on that stage. And then
Mhm.
it touches on purpose and how everyone has a purpose, and family,
Yes.
friendship, absolutely. So I
Yes.
know what you mean. You walk out going, you know what? Yeah, this is what who we are, yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes we need those
Yes.
reminders.
We do. I mean, I say reassurance is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
We
all the
all we
art
all have those
form.
days where we need it. We need that lifting. We do.
Amen. Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's why I love the arts because y'all do that
Mhm.
for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, seriously, thank you, Layla. Man, just such a joy. I look forward to seeing you on the stage next week. And I know this is one of the thousands that those who are
Mhm.
afforded the privilege to get to see you will be able to take in all of your talent and skills. Backstage Chatter fans, we know you're excited about seeing our own, the talented Layla Brent and the entire brilliant cast of Disney The Lion King from June 4th through July 3rd at Music Hall at Fair Park. We also want to let you know that you can check out Disney's The Lion King art exhibit at the African American Museum, which features elements of the original Broadway production of Disney The Lion King. Don't forget you can head over to BroadwayDallas.org for showtimes and ticket information. And don't also forget to like, share, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you at the theater. Bye.